Hello there, and a very good evening to you. You're welcome to tonight's episode of the Natalie Ford Show right here on GHOne TV. Now, one thing we always promise you on every episode of this show is having a conversation that truly matters, an important and inspiring conversation. Tonight is definitely one of such. Now, I am so moved by my guest's story this evening. That's in the person of Richmond Quainor. He's a young man who, at some point in his life, had to make a very difficult decision between choosing between his education and taking care of his mother. He chose the latter. Now, Richmond is dedicated to impacting society, and he does so through his organization, Wellness Wings Initiative. Richmond, you're welcome to the Natalie Ford Show this evening. It's really good to have you.
Thank you. You look good in black.
I look good in black, and you look good in grey.
Thanks to OT Clothing, he does very well.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Richmond, now we always start the show by asking, currently, as you and I are here speaking, what's your life looking like? What's the stage of your life right now?
Whoa, I would say I'm okay. Once I have life, I'm hoping everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Because from where I'm coming from to where I am now, I feel God has been good and He has been faithful to me. So I'll surely get there. You'll
surely get there. Yeah. Now talk about where you are coming from. Right. Now I know that of course with the organization you do so much for people.
Yeah.
You really contribute to people's lives quite a lot, right? Yeah. Where are you coming from? What has your path been like?
So growing up, life was quite easier and okay with the family because my mom was doing all she could to, keep us looking good. Till a point where I felt I have to change the mindset of being the last born and then enjoy everything from mom and then join the...
Were you the only boy?
Yeah, I'm the only boy.
Only boy and the last born, so you're pampered.
Sure. And, I had to change the mindset of joining my mom in the hustle to make sure the other people are okay. Yeah. Was
there something that necessitated you having to join her in this hustle? Was there any difficulty that she faced that made you have to do so?
Well, she was a food vendor and then she was the only one working. She didn't have people she was working with. So at the point I had to be the worker and then the son as well. So yeah, I joined her actually in the preparation of the food and then taking it to market to selling and a whole lot of things.
And where was this?
Suhum.
Where did you grow up? You grew up in Suhum?
Yeah, Suhum in market, yeah.
And do you still live in Suhum?
I still live in Suhum.
So you've been in Suhum throughout?
Well, I do travel, on educational purposes, yeah. So I've been to schools in different places. So
what's Suhum like? What's it like living there?
Oh, so Suhum is cool. Suhum is a nice place to be. It's made up of different tribes, but the unity is there, and then it's made up of good people. Yeah, it's a calm place, a nice place to be.
Nice place.
Cost of living is okay, it's affordable. Yeah, it's okay.
Right. Where was your dad?
Whoa, I got to know my dad when I was in basic 6. Yeah, and that was after my mom traveled for about 3 months, leaving me in the house alone, and then that's when I actually faced the life.
Yeah, what happened during? So your mom traveled for 3 months.
Yeah, she traveled with my big sister, and she promised to be back in 3 days, and she spent 3 months. So I was in the house alone.
You were literally in the house alone?
Alone. So just imagine. It was my grandmom who used to come around and ask how I was doing, and then if I could do anything, then she'd be of help to me.
How old were you?
Then I was in the early teens. Yeah, I think 12, 13 years.
And how were you getting by alone, literally in the house?
That's where life started.
Yeah. What happened?
So I don't get when people say life started at 40. No, they don't know what you are doing.
Right.
Because I could remember she left me with 6,000, then the old currency, the green 5,000 and the one white 1,000, and promised back in 3 days. And I spent that 6,000 one day.
Knowing that she was going to come back.
I swear to you, and then she came back in 3 months' time. So, it wasn't easy. Sometimes I go to my aunties, sometimes I visit some friends, and I was the type, I wasn't eating outside. My mom taught me not to eat outside.
Did you cook?
Then I didn't know how to cook.
So your mom wasn't there, she taught you not to eat outside and
yes,
you couldn't cook?
And I couldn't cook myself. Wow. So when she returned, that's when I told myself I have to change. So there she taught me how to cook and then how to do a lot of things myself. Yeah.
Now what kind, so generally how would you describe your childhood? As a positive one, generally?
Oh yeah, positive one.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a positive one.
How about life post-childhood? Education, what did you study?
Wow, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy because it was all my mom. It was all my mom doing everything, and so I remember even entering the senior high school wasn't easy. Then I heard from my dad. He was like, "I'll come and then make sure you go to school," and he never came.
Your dad never came.
He never came. So it was this man, the late S.A. Safo. May he so rest in peace. He's no more. So he paid part of my fees, and then the wife bought me a lot of things to make sure I started senior high school. So the life through senior high school wasn't easy. At a point, my mom had to sell her things just to make sure
that you get through.
Yeah, get through. And I could remember I was still owing fees at the final year. So a friend's mom paid it for me after senior high school. Yeah. So I visited a friend. The mother was inside, and then we were outside having our own conversation. And then she heard it.
And so he spoke about the fact that you had.
Yeah, my friend knew of it.
Yeah.
So the mom came out and she was like, "How much are you owing?" I said, 250 then. 250 Ghana cedis. Yeah. 250 Ghana cedis. So she was like, when are you willing to go for your resource? I said, anytime I have the money, I'll go. So the next day she gave me the money to go and pay, and then so that was it. I think Miss Antoinette. Okay. Yeah, God bless her so much. Yeah. She did well for me,
People came through for you.
Yeah,
right?
sure. A lot of people.
A lot of people. I can imagine.
A lot of people. Yeah. Some I can't even recall.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people.
How did that sort of make you feel? Did it sort of make you value people a lot more?
Yeah, definitely, because it's not easy. If you have family, you have people that relates to you bloodly, and then other people coming in the story to support, you have to appreciate. You really have to appreciate. Yeah. Yeah.
Your mom sacrificed a lot for you.
A lot. Yeah. She did a lot.
Did you ever feel upset that your dad was in the picture? Do you have a relationship with him till date?
Oh, wow. I actually buried him last year.
Oh, he's passed.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a relationship with him before he passed?
I think somewhere 2015, yeah, I was in the first year, moved to second year in university, and then I had to visit him. He actually called that, he feels he's growing, and then we have to come around, and then especially me. He wanted to entrust the properties.
Boy.
I was only boy. Yeah. We were two. We were actually two, and then one passed before my dad did. Yeah. So when he called, he was like, he's the one he feels I should take care of his things when he's not around. And my mom said he wouldn't let me go alone. So I went with my mom and then my bigger sister. So we were there for about 2-3 weeks, and I left. Then he didn't even know I was schooling. My dad never knew I was in the university because he wasn't paying my fees and other stuff. So yeah, he wasn't contributing. So why do I have to let you know what I was doing? Yeah. So I think that period of time is what I can say I spent with him. Growing up, I never spent time with my dad.
That's life, I guess. That's your story.
Oh yeah, sure. It actually made me strong, and then
you feel.
Yeah. And my grandma will tell you, make sure you go through it, write it down, and later you tell someone.
Make sure you go through it, write it down. Yeah.
And then tell someone later.
You share your story. Don't go about complaining.
No. Complain wouldn't solve anything for you. No one cares about your complaint.
True.
they want to see you making it or losing. So which one do you choose? You have to make it right, and then tell your story one day.
That's some solid advice. So, what did you want to be when you were growing up? I mean, you had a mom who sacrificed a lot. You had sold with her, supported her. What were your personal aspirations?
Initially, due to what we were going through, I wanted to be a bank manager.
It would have suited you though.
I did tell my friends, and I was very good in maths. So I was telling my friends, I'll be a bank manager. I will spend a lot of money, and then my tummy will be.
That was your aspiration.
That was that. Yeah. Okay. And funny enough, somewhere in the senior high school, because of the same struggle, and then the body I was having, I did tell my friends I would join the military. Sometimes I would join the police, not because that's what I want, but I thought that would have been the easy way to do it. Yeah. So it was after the senior high school, before the university, then I got to know life has a lot of more to offer than what I was thinking of. Yeah, because seeing people going through hell, I've been through it. I shouldn't let someone go through the same challenge. Yeah, so I had a change of mind that I have to make sure people are okay. People have to look at me and say, I don't know, being this guy, I wouldn't have gotten where. Yeah.
And and then you decided to take up nursing.
Sure.
So it was a passion. You did it because you actually.
Sure, and then my mom was also sick before I started school, so it's something that I had at heart, to pursue.
And what was the experience like studying?
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough because learning without some things at your doorstep wasn't easy. Yeah, going to school without pocket money. The accessories to make learning easier wasn't there. Yeah, it wasn't there, so it wasn't easy. Sometimes coming home to sell, go back to school.
Yeah. Even concentrating, having enough
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. The concentration wasn't there.
Oh my goodness.
So at a point I had to just drop out of school and then reapply again. Yeah, just to make sure things are right.
Things are better.
Yeah.
Right. When you were done with school, usual procedure for studying nursing, you get posted. Right after, what was the usual procedure?
So after reading the course, you do serve the country for a year. Right. You do your service, national service before posting, and then I'm still waiting for posting. I don't know when it will come.
When was your national service?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
You're still waiting.
After school, I had a receipt to do. Right. We do these license exams.
Yes.
I failed one, so I had to do the receipt.
Okay.
And so I passed the following year. Yeah. So. I finished the service last 2 years,
okay.
So still waiting to be posted.
Waiting to be posted?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long wait. Does it discourage? Did it ever? At the point you were waiting for a while,
I never got discouraged.
You never got discouraged.
Because I feel
sure?
I'm still strong. I can do something for myself and the people around me. Why do I have to get discouraged?
Right.
Never in my life,
Right. So you never felt any form of discouragement?
No.
At all.
At all.
What keeps you going? Do you just have a positive mindset? Are you spiritual, prayerful? What's your motivation?
Just like I said, my grandmom, she's still alive. God bless her so much for me.
How old is she?
She's in the 90s. She's almost 100.
She's strong.
Very active.
Wow.
She's very active. She always tells me never to be discouraged, because people have been through what I'm going through, and they've made it. So why do I have to look down for myself? I can still make it. And so I believe working hard and then having the hope that one day I'll get there. I don't have to be discouraged.
You're not discouraged.
No.
So then, given that you weren't discouraged, at what point did it spark that, okay, I'm waiting for national service, I'm waiting for it to be posted, it's not happened yet, I'm going to do something with my life. At what point was that for you?
Just after school. Immediately after school.
Yeah.
Just after school, I started this business, Smart Nat Consultancy and more. I named it after my mom.
Smart Nat?
Yeah, my mom is Nat.
She's Nat?
Nateki.
Nateki, okay.
Nateki, yeah. So, being a smart woman to raise a guy like me, then, so I named it Smart Nat Consultancy and more. And what I do is, I talk about cardiovascular health. I do health advocacy, and I do health screenings. Yeah, so I started with that one. And then later on, I decided to help one restaurant in Suhum.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there as a cook, as a waiter, and then
so you cook now?
I can cook.
After the experience,
after the experience,
right.
At a point, my mom wanted to teach me how to cook, and this is how she did it. She will ask you to start stirring the banku. At the point, she will take it.
All right.
One day, I started, and then she went out without telling me anything. And when I called her on phone, she was like, "Make sure nothing happens to my banku, or else you are dead."
That's a good way of teaching, right?
So by the time she came back, the banku was well cooked.
Yeah, that's she's smart, actually.
She's very smart.
She's smart.
Smart Nat.
Smart Nat.
So I have the name written here.
Oh, you have a tattoo?
Yeah, I have the names.
You've got tattoos?
A lot.
Yeah.
My mom's name is here.
Right.
Her picture is here.
Aww.
Yeah, and then and some others.
And some others. People who made an impact.
There was this guy, Dr. Apia Kwesi, Dr. Kwesi Apia Kisi.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually paid my fees in the university.
Wow.
Yeah,
your entire fees.
He did a lot for me. I can't say.
You can't say
a lot. So I have the name here.
Okay.
Dr. Kwesi Apia Kisi.
Right.
I really love him so much. Yeah, he did a lot for me.
It's beautiful how you value the people who contributed to your life. Now I'm sure that throughout this period, particularly with starting your own organization, you've had experiences, like you've seen on the ground experiences of people in health challenges.
A lot.
We're going to be talking a bit more about that, and you share what these experiences have been. Do stay with us here on the Natalie Ford Show. You're welcome back to the Natalie Ford Show. Now, I've been in conversation with Richmond Quainor. Really, I'll describe you with a man with a heart of gold, honestly, because your charitable initiatives are, they're not just from a place because you're a person who, say, just wants to show that you have, or is doing it for the sake of it.
I don't have anything.
You really mean it. You really mean it. And I've listened to Richmond, and that's why I'm saying so. Now, I'm sure that throughout the period and the journey of Wellness Wings, you've met a lot of people with physical health-related challenges. What have been some of the most significant stories that you've heard?
So the first one is an aged, a woman who was knocked down by a motorbike, I think 2 years ago, and then the guy never took care of the woman. And this woman is a widow, and then she also lost her children. She lost her children, and she's a widow. Sure. Wow. And she stays alone. Just imagine that. She's in her 90s. She's in her 90s, and she lives alone in her 90s. She lives alone. One day I visited this woman and I cried. I met her washing, and I asked her, how do you dry your things? And she's like, I keep them on a table beside me. If they get dry, then I take them off. So she can't walk? She can't even stand on her legs because the leg got broken. That's in broken. Yeah, so, you know, such a person. How someone a motor rider can knock someone like that of that age and leave. You know, guys of today, we don't really care about some things. You know, yeah, we don't really care about some things. She's really going through a lot. So just imagine a woman, even if she happened to be a man, in her situation, keeping her washed clothes on a table for it to get dry before she wears them again. It's not even hygienic. Health-wise, it's bad. You know, I visited one morning. She was sick in her room. Someone to buy medicine for her was a problem. Though she had some money on her through donations, but how does she get medication? How does she get to the hospital? I bought this one a wheelchair. How does she step out with the wheelchair? Who pushes her outside? So the help is not even entirely useful because there's no one, right? So you can just imagine this. Sad, huh? And the second story is a woman, I think a mother of 9. Yeah, she also lost her husband, and then the other man who came in her life promised to be of help. After she suffered a condition for a while, she got paralyzed, she can't walk. The man left because he feels he has spent a lot already. And so this woman crawls on the knees. Imagine she's not even old. She's in her 40s. But if I should show you her picture, she looks like someone in the 60s because of the situation. Yeah, so she also can't walk. She walks with a kitchen stool, or sometimes crawls on her knees, and then it's really sad. It's really sad, yeah. It is actually heartbreaking, to be honest. I tell people then they cry. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So what within you, I mean, I don't think it's, do you fund these things entirely? Do you get funding? Do you get a sponsorship to support these people, or are you doing it your own? Is it self-funded? For now, it's self-funding. Because I've written to some people and then no response. I've called on some people and then no response. So for now, I'm funding it myself. Yeah, because I feel the little I have, I can share with them. Yeah. So for now, I'm funding myself. You're funding it yourself. Yeah. So say this woman with is it about 9? About 9 children. 9 children. Yeah. The children are going to school. Some are schooling. Some are still home. I think those who are done with the junior high school are still home. And then I think 1 or 2 are done with the senior high school. They are also home. With the rest, they are still home. It's just sad. Yeah. What do you think, as a society, the problem is? I mean, of course, these are individuals with their challenges, okay? But you would think that some would ask, do they not have family? You mentioned the woman in her 90s. She's lost her kids and her husband. But there should be at least some extended family, or someone in the community who can just spend even an hour of their time. What do you think the problem is? Do we not care? I think most people don't care. Most people don't care because this old woman, she traveled from the northern region to come and work down south here, the early 90s. So when she came down here, she was that young and then strong enough to work for herself. At a point, she couldn't go back because she felt she had a family down south here, and now due to her condition, she can't go back, and she can't even locate her family because it's been a while. She left home. Do you get it? And then I don't want to say much about some people because it's their personal interest, how to use their wealth. What do you mean?
You can see what are you getting at?
There are some people, they feel what they have is theirs alone, and they choose how to spend it. Because personally, I feel if I give such a person at least 10 cedis a week, she will appreciate. But some also feel going out to spend with some friends and then calling me big names, they don't having money, they feel that's what will make them good. So individual differences. That's what I would say. Because they all have families, and then some don't really care. And this woman with the 9 children, she told me something. She said she's having a brother who is really well-to-do. She's rich. He's rich. She even said the man is a king or something somewhere. I don't want to mention. Yeah, the brother, blood related. Blood related. Yeah. But then a sister made a comment. One of their siblings made a comment that the money he's having is out of rituals.
Is out of rituals.
Yeah. So then he wouldn't help anyone in the family. So
because the sister, which is not the woman with the 9 kids, her sibling said the money that this brother has is through rituals. So as a result, he's angered by her comments, and because he's not going to help anyone in his family. He's
not helping anyone in the family. He said it and she was crying. She said it with tears running down from the ears. Yeah. So with such situation, I can't say much. He has his reasons why he's saying that. So, well.
Why do you think we should? Of course, it's an obvious answer as to why we should care more about others. But why should, like, when you do it, what sense of satisfaction even does it give you? And why do you think it's so important that as a community, as a people, we care more about the person right beside us?
Personally, I feel service to humanity is service to God. That's all I can say. Because if you dress nicely, you go to church, you give huge monies in the church for pastors and then your members to appreciate what you are doing, and then your family is going or dying out of hunger, I don't think you are serving God. If only you believe there is God that we serve, and then you watch your siblings, your family go hungry, then at least you have to provide for them. You can't do everything for them, but at least do something. Like the woman I was talking about, I believe if I should give her 1,000, though she can't work, she can sit and do something. The other time she was telling me she wished to prepare sobolo for the children to go and sell. So if I should give such a woman 1,000 Ghana, of which I'm not having now, if I should give her 1,000 Ghana cedis, at least she can prepare this sobolo. They should take it to the market, and then it will keep the family moving. At least I've done something. Sure. At least she can pay her rent. As we are speaking now, the landlord is shaking her out of the room because she's owing about a year bill, which is 1,008 Ghana cedis, just 1,000 Ghana cedis. She's being chased out of the home. So just
someone
imagine.
may spend this in the night
like you said,
it's differences. In minutes.
In differences,
It's differences, right?
Yeah.
So from a more governance-related perspective, how do you feel like as a country we can look out for, like, have places and communities that can take care of people like this, the elderly?
It's possible.
You think?
It's possible.
It's not a priority though. It seems, no?
It's possible.
Yeah.
I have that at heart. If I'm to get to where I'm praying I want to get to, I'll try and establish such a place. Probably 2 or 3 in Ghana here wouldn't be bad.
Necessary.
If the government will be in support, that would be a nice initiative. Because in other countries they are there. People travel from Ghana to go and take care of people there, and they are being paid
well. They are living quite well, actually.
Sure. So if we should have such places in Ghana too, that wouldn't be bad.
So you said if God permits and you get where you desire to get to, where do you desire to get to?
The point where I'll be able to provide for a lot of people. Not my family per se, but other people. Someone somewhere did something for me. Someone must appreciate me as well. That's what I believe in. But I remember going to the senior school first year. Someone I never knew took me to a provision shop and bought me provisions just to make sure I have a good stay in school. So if I buy a wheelchair or crutches for someone who can't walk, I feel I'm doing well. Like the old woman who is staying alone. If she should have a place where she will stay, if I should take you where she's staying now, you will cry. It's very bad.
Yeah.
Is it because she's not having a family?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if she should pass today, human beings would approach and bury her. So now
So
that
there are people. There are people who can support.
oh yeah,
But they can't, when you've passed. Right?
that's what blacks
That's
or
what-
Africans
yeah.
we believe in. Yeah, that's what we believe in.
Right.
That's how I put it. Because if you're alive and you're suffering, they will tell you go and work.
Right.
They will tell you go and work, and they'll be asking of your family.
Yeah.
You should not having children,
Yeah.
but if the children are around, we should be going through that.
Should be going through.
Because I wouldn't watch my mom going through that.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So if in case I'm not around, and then you happen to be a co-tenant where my mom is staying now, and my mom is not well,
Can't
and
you just
support her?
Just
At
help,
least,
right?
at least,
Yeah.
it's
No,
a kind of
so
service
true.
that we receive blessings
Yeah.
when we do. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Because for me, I would say growing up, it's a blend of people that make me.
That make if it wasn't
Yeah.
for those people who did those little things, where would you be now?
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
But Ghanaians, we have a lot of verbal advisors.
Yeah, what?
Verbal advisors. I don't like
They're
them.
not doers. They're just
No. They'll just say nice words to you and then
Yeah.
that ends it.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Talking about your mother, you've supported her all through, and I'm sure
I'm
you still.
I'm
do.
still supporting
You
her.
still how do you support her now?
Even in the food business, I still support her now.
Cooking?
Sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes she will call me, and when she's caught up with time, she will call in and she'll be like, "Where are you?" "Oh, mama, I'm in town." "Doing what?" "Oh, can you be of help? I need something." When I get to the house, can you please help me carry these things to the market? I have no say.
Right.
I just have to.
Yeah, you just have to.
I just have to.
You just have to.
Yeah.
Now I know you. It's clear you're not bitter about not having grown up with your father present in your
Yeah.
life. Are you a father?
I'm a father. Yeah.
You're a father?
I have a son.
You have a son.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. How old?
Two. He's two
He's
now.
two.
He's two. Yeah.
What does fatherhood mean to you, given your experience?
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice?
Being a father is nice.
What's described that how nice it is to you?
Well, being responsible
Yeah.
and then seeing the son happy, the way you're bringing him up,
Yeah.
it's enough, at least. But the people around will appreciate that. Yeah. Because I take him to school in the morning when I'm around, just like this morning.
Yeah. You took him to school.
Yeah, and then he's always happy seeing me, and then yeah. So
Responsibility. You enjoy responsibility.
yes, of
You know,
course,
some people don't enjoy it.
that's their own
You-
case.
Yeah. But you actually enjoy responsibility.
when you are being responsible, it
Yeah.
makes the people around you okay.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Because being responsible, a lot of things goes into that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Yeah.
We must be responsible.
You must be responsible.
We must.
That's true.
It's a necessity.
Take care of what you've been given. What God
Yeah.
has given you. And then it
Yeah.
increases. Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
It's very, very much important.
Right. What's your relationship with your sisters like?
Oh, we are good.
Yeah.
We are good. Yeah. Being the only boy, I think
Do they still spoil you and
now I'm providing
Yeah,
for
you're
them.
good.
I'm not providing for them
Tables have turned,
because my little sister is now in the senior high school first year.
Okay.
And so you should know that
Yeah.
definitely I'll be called upon for
Yeah.
her things that she needs.
Right.
Yeah, so my big sister too.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes she calls and then you have to support. Yeah.
Right. You have to support. You're inspiring as a person, really. You are. But we're going to round up soon by just exploring the next chapters for you. Clearly, you're fulfilled already because you're helping people,
Sure.
right? But what does the future look like as a whole for you, for Richmond? Stay with us here on the Natalie Show. You're welcome back to the Natalie Ford Show. Now, Richmond, as I said, I think you're a really inspiring human being, You're a human, a good human, you know, doing what you're meant to do here on earth. In spite of how much you've done for other people, right? Sometimes there are people you may give to, you're not doing it for them, clearly from what you've said, it's service to God.
Sure. But
has there ever been that sort of service that hasn't been returned, that has sort of upset you? Have you ever regretted any such action? No? That's all.
You know, funny enough, sometimes I do help people I don't even know their names.
Right.
I wouldn't even ask of your name because I want to do it.
Right.
I've been touched to do it. So whether you appreciate,
it doesn't matter.
Whether you insult me, whatever you say to me, I'm good to go. Yeah.
Wow. Whether they insult you, I see. But in life, in general, do you have any regrets at all? No.
Sometimes I get hurt in seconds and I let go. So I don't really have regrets.
Right.
No. I believe everything happens for a reason. Yeah, because they are meant to be.
Yeah.
And it has happened. So just have to overlook and then so be it. Just move on.
Yeah.
Once you have life, you have everything.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your 3 core guiding principles in life? I think that one is service, right? I guess the other is letting things be. They are preordained. What's the third?
Hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you have life, you have everything. Life first. You know, I have this local name, Agbeko. Agbeko.
Okay, what does it mean?
Life first.
Life first? Oh, that's a
so once I have life, I have everything.
You have everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Apart from building a home or centers for the elderly and for people in need, what have you not done? What have you not yet done in your life that you're looking to do soon?
Well, as you said, I've done a lot, and I'm hoping to do more.
Yeah.
Because you know, Ghanaians don't take their health serious. Right. We don't value health, and so I actually wish to go to communities where there are not clinics. You know, we have clinic for we have CHIPS compound.
Right. Yes.
And there are communities where you can't even find a CHIP compound. So at least giving them some or organizing free health screenings and then telling them about their health, at least blood pressure and sugar. If they should know of these two, it's okay. Yeah. We are good to go. So I feel going to villages, let me say villages, because you know Ghana is very big.
Yeah. And sometimes we think Accra is Ghana almost. we
have communities where if you should go there today, you wouldn't like to stay till tomorrow. You run away. And people are living there. So how do we make the place comfortable for them? At least their well-being should matter.
Yeah.
Their well-being, their health.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel in times to come, if I have what it takes to do, I'm going to start places to make sure the good people living in Ghana here will be okay health-wise.
Yeah. You don't have to come to Accra.
No. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to.
You shouldn't have to. Outside of charity work and philanthropy, what do you do? What are your interests? What do you do for fun in your downtime?
Gone are the days I do play tennis, but now I don't have the time to play tennis. So sometimes I go to the gym.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to the gym and then I raise some metals and then I release stress.
Oh, you're fit. So.
How do you know I'm fit?
Oh, I can see from the outfit. Oh goodness. Now, you know, of course, I'm sure there are other people who have a service mentality and love to give to society. But like you said, oftentimes you may have a number of people who may enjoy spending, say, on big drinks or having a good time. Do you do a lot of that?
No.
No?
No.
Do you have friends who do that?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
How do such guys engage with you? How do they find your perspective in life?
Whoa, some feel I have enough to spend and so I want to give others.
Right.
And then, you know, giving is something. If you are not being touched, you can't do it. Some have, they wish to do like I'm doing, but they find it difficult doing because it's not easy. Yeah. Imagining you having 10 and then you want to give 7 out and leave 3 with you. It's not easy.
Right.
And so, well, I can't say much to that, but I feel the word giving is something else. It's something else. If you're not being touched, you can't do it. You can't do it. And mostly it's people who have been through a lot in life.
True.
That's
the experience that
yeah.
Now, I'm sure, Richmond, that you had mates
Yeah.
who also did nursing, haven't been posted. Some may not have the sort of attitude you do. They may be demotivated, in fact. What do you have to tell them and young Ghanaians who don't get, have not gotten fully what they ought to get, say from the government, right? And are lamenting. What do you have to tell people like that?
I'll just requote my granny's quote, and then, know where you're coming from,
Right.
where you want to be, and do things right. You write it down and tell a story one day.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was so happy that I had a mother who gave me everything I needed. But at the point where I got to realize I have to join the battle, I never regretted doing that. I remember the first day I went to the market to sell. It was a market day. My mom, we actually did the food, we prepared the food, and then my mom fell sick at once and she couldn't carry. So the only option I had was to just carry the food to the market and sell. Yeah, I think the same around class 6 before GHOne.
Yeah.
And so I carried the food, went to the market, and I could remember where my mom used to, call people to come and buy. And then, so when I get there, I tell them, hey, my bow, and then mommy, no, so at the point, my name changed. They used to call me Bankura, Kokonteria,
Wow.
a whole lot of names.
Yeah.
But knowing where I want to be or knowing where I was heading towards, I never got myself discouraged or something. Yeah. So the little advice for those watchers or the young ones coming, never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. Know where you are going.
Right.
Know where you're coming from, and then pick your steps right. You surely get there. Yeah, this is life. This is life.
Right. It's even inspiring for me, not just I'm actually pondering over it. No, but really,
I know,
Richmond,
right?
you're a brilliant human being, and I've loved speaking with you here on the show. And congrats for everything that you've done throughout your journey. I'm sure you're touching lives, really. And you're not counting how many lives you touch, because that's not the essence. Right?
No.
You're just touching lives, just because.
You don't have to count.
Yeah.
But rather count the blessings.
Right, don't count the service, count the blessings.
Count the blessings, yeah.
Right.
Looking good alone is one of the blessings, Yeah, so I'm always grateful.
Yeah.
I'm always grateful.
Absolutely. It's been wonderful talking.
Thank you very
and
much.
At some point, maybe we can even collaborate on something.
Something great, Something great.
Something great.
Yeah.
I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much for being on the show. And we've got fantastic next with Richmond, the game segment on the show. Do stay with us. You're watching the Natalie Ford Show, and I'm sure you've loved my conversation with Richmond as much as I have. And it's that time of the show where we have fantastic, the game segment of the show. But before then, a special thank you to a lovely hotel right here in the heart of Accra, of course, Accra City Hotel, for granting us this beautiful space for our conversation this evening here on the Natalie Ford Show. You should definitely visit Accra City Hotel. Now, Richmond, time for the game. Fantastic. So it's a game titled This or That. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong. You just let me know which you'll pick.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
All right.
Shall we?
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, a day spent taking care of elderly people or a group of toddlers?
The first one.
The first one.
Taking care of the elderly, yeah.
You actually enjoy it?
Sure.
Of course. Cocoa, drink, or coffee?
Cocoa.
Cocoa?
Yeah.
Okay. Basketball or football?
Whoa. These two games. I was once a footballer.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but
nice.
a friend once advised me to play basketball.
Right.
Those days I don't even have a sneaker. How do you play basketball? So I played the football for a while and I stopped because it was interfering my academics. So I just had to drop it and then focus on academics
as well.
So well, I would say football.
You'll say football.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Now, vacation in Ghana's mountainous eastern region or the beachy central region?
Oh, eastern region, mountainous areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the eastern region.
Nice places.
Come. Yeah. English breakfast or Ghanaian breakfast?
Hey, Ghanaian breakfast.
Which
Ghanaian
breakfast?
Banku.
What? That is lunch.
Banku. No. You know, in the morning it has to be heavy. Like, it will keep you moving.
Right, for the day.
Yeah, if you don't have much on you to spend, Banku will be okay.
Hey. Wow. Well, some of us have been eating very light.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
That's when you have enough to buy again in the afternoon.
That's true.
But if you're like me, you eat your Banku in the morning, or your wache in the morning, and then you wait until 5 something to 6, you have your supper, and then
and
you are good to go.
So Richmond, it's been wonderful having you on the show.
Sure.
I mean, you inspire me, and I'm sure many of our viewers are inspired as well. And congratulations on everything you've done.
Thank you very much.
I and the entire team here on the Natalie Ford Show, we just want to say we're giving you something to appreciate you for everything you've done and for being on the show. So, given my love for art, we've got this special piece done for you.
It's really beautiful.
Now, it's by a young artist who works with us here on the Natalie Ford Show. That's Victor of Imagine Flip. So you can also visit him on social media.
I will
Instagram,
do that.
Facebook. It's Imagine Flip, right? For this piece. Talented young artist.
It's really beautiful.
So this is from us, the entire team, to you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're awesome.
Hey, that's me, man.
It is you. Are you admiring yourself? So that's me.
It's really nice, man. Wow.
I'm glad you love it.
It's really beautiful. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
I'm very glad that you appreciate it.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And thanks to Victor of Imagine Flip for this piece.
Yeah, I'll encourage everybody to just visit and then have something beautiful just like this.
Definitely.
It's really nice.
I'm so glad. We're so glad you love it. Now, do stay with us here on the Natalie Ford Show. We've got Proud of My Hustle next.
Mr. Fa, o fine home, mama. Yet demonstration. And I feel gonna card ye. Can you only man and get be? It's a number like Theo, she what manage you. I told Mr. Fa, I'm proud of my hustle.
As always, on the Natalie Ford Show, I leave you with a few nuggets based on my conversation with my guest. Richmond is a person I can talk to for quite a long time. I personally call him a man with a heart of gold because, in fact, he is. And his charitable work is done not to show as a show of wealth or for the sake of it alone, but to really make an impact on society. Now, one thing that Richmond said that stands out for me is the fact that he's not counting the acts of service. He's counting the blessing, but for the most part, he's not counting the acts of service. What's he doing and why is he doing it? He's simply doing it to put a smile on the faces of others, to make their lives better, to make sure that other people don't go through what he had to go through. And I think that that's a lesson for all of us, me included, you know, in terms of remembering that we're on this earth for a purpose. And no matter how much you have, just pick a little bit, whether it be time, through cash or kind, and give it to the person right beside you in your community. Thank you so much for watching the Natalie Ford Show this evening. A special thank you to Accra City Hotel. Have a wonderful evening. Next week, we bring you more conversations that matter.